Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the concept of abstraction and how to achieve abstraction using abstract classes in Java. Abstraction is one of the most important pillars of object-oriented programming. So, it is very important to learn this concept and understand it carefully. Okay, so by abstraction, what we mean is, suppose you buy a car. Okay, now you know how to drive a car, how to operate on it, uh, and you are good about it. Okay, that's perfect. You only need to know all these things, that how you can drive it, how you can operate it, how you can maintain it. But you don't need to know whether the engine is working in using what processes, or how the fuel system and engine is interacting with each other. When you are pressing the accelerator, then what actually is going behind the scenes. So you are not concerned about it. You just use the functionality, or you just use those buttons or the given accelerator, clutch, gears, and you just operate the car, right? So here you can consider the car as a real world object. Okay, the functionality of driving the car as a functionality of the object, the attribute of the object, how the object behaves, which is exposed to you, and how the internal system of the car is, like how engine works, how fuel system works, how both interacts, how accelerator in behind the scene works. These all are hidden from you. You exactly don't know how they are working and what mechanics is going behind. Okay, inside how the manufacturer has made it the system to work. You don't know about it. You only are interested in driving the car, and the car should be uh, operating very the car should be operating in a good condition that you care about. So this is the same concept you can relate to the abstraction also. So abstraction basically means to expose the functionalities of an application, but to hide its implementation details. So if you are using a if you are building an application, you will expose certain functionalities which your end user can use it, or which your end user can interact with your application. Okay, but how it is implemented, what algorithm you have used to implement certain functionalities, is not of concern. All right, so this is what is called as abstraction, and it is very important that we use the abstraction concept to achieve better reusability and the maintainability of the code base. Okay, so let's discuss now about the abstract class. It is one of the way through which we can achieve the abstraction in Java. So let's create an abstract class. Okay, now abstract class is created by using the keyword abstract. So first we write abstract, then class, and then you can mention, as we have said, a vehicle. Okay, so we are interested in creating a class vehicle. Let's put it capital V. Okay, now what is a special thing about this abstract class? Let's talk about it. So abstract class cannot have its own object. Okay, you cannot instantiate an object of its own. You can have a reference variable of the abstract class, but you cannot have the object of this class itself. Okay, you need a child class, that if you want to create an object, right? So basically it acts as a parent class. or you can say as a super class to all the classes that extends it. Okay, or basically participates in the inheritance by extending this class. Okay, so this is one of the feature. Second feature is one of the methods in this, or maybe multiple methods in this class, can be abstract also, or maybe not. So what I mean by that, we can define a method like abstract, suppose void display, and you can just put a semicolon. Now you don't need to actually define your method, you just need to declare your method. What is the advantage of it? So the advantage of this is, whenever a child class extends this abstract class, it has to compulsorily implement this abstract method. Okay, we can have all other methods like static methods we can have, and we can have all the normal methods that we have discussed. Okay, that any class can have, it can also have, but it has also a capability to have a abstract method. Now abstract method, as you can see, we have just defined this, we cannot declare, oh sorry, we have just declared it, we have not defined this method. So if you try to uh, declare this or define this method, then you'll get an error, and it says abstract method cannot have a body. Okay, so a method without a body is called as abstract method, in simple words. Perfect. Now what type of method should be abstract? The type of method should be abstract which would be common across its child classes but will have its different implementation. Okay, so basically, suppose we have now said display is a abstract method, so let's create a child class of it. Okay, you'll understand it better. So if we create a child class, say first we create a car. Okay, and this car will extend vehicle. Okay, now if you see that, we can implement this method, right? So we are implementing the method. Now we have to necessarily implement it, there is no choice with us. So I just write this is a car. Okay, and I create another object, say bike, and it also extends vehicle. Now if you click on it, it say implement methods. Okay, and here the implementation, for the sake of keeping it simple, we are just printing the statements. So this is a bike. Okay, now you can see that the vehicle method provides an abstract, or declares a abstract method, that okay, this is a display method, and it says to its child classes, it is up to you how you want to define this method. I have declared it, but you have to implement it, you have to define it. Your own implementation, your own definition will work now, right? Another is, we can just have a simple method like void, or vehicle can, you can wash the vehicle. So let's have this method, and we can write washing vehicles. Okay, just like that. Okay, because you need to wash your car or bike, so we can wash this. We have defined a wash method. Now this method is not an abstract method, so you don't have a compulsion to implement this method inside your child classes. Okay, so if you create an object now, let's create an object. So what you can do is, you can say vehicle V equal to new car. Okay, so you can say vehicle V equal to new car. So V is a reference variable, but the object is of the car. Okay, so you cannot create an object of it. If you try to create, suppose if you try to create, it will throw an error. Vehicle is abstract, cannot be instantiated, as you can see it, right? So we have to create the object using its child classes. Now what we can say, we can say v dot display, and second v dot wash. Now we have defined, we have our own implementation of the display method in the car class. Okay, but the wash is not implemented by car. It is just defined in the our parent class. Okay, so if a method is defined in the parent class and if it is not implemented by the child class, okay, then in that case what happens is the method of parent class will run. Okay, and of course here the implementation of child class will run. So if we try to run this one, let's see what we get the result. Okay, so we are getting this is a car and washing vehicles. Now if you want to say no, I want, I don't want implementation, the default implementation that the vehicle is doing for this wash method, it's perfect. You can define your the same thing. You can say void wash, okay, s out washing my car. Okay, perfect. So now if you run this, let's run this. So it is, so now the implementation of your child class runs. Okay, so all these things we have already discussed in our uh, previous videos in on the inheritance, when we where we discussed about how you can make the object of child class using child class, but the reference of parent class. Okay, this concept has been already discussed in the previous video. I will link that video in the I button as well as in the description. You can check out. So I will not explain in detail about it because it has already been discussed in very detail. You can crystal clear understand if you don't, if you are getting confused here, that how this is working. Okay, the main concept here is to make you understand how abstraction in Java works, right? Now you will say, what is exactly the point in creating an abstract class or in achieving the abstraction? Okay, so what happens is whenever you operate and you build a large systems, okay, you want that, you want something that has all the methods. Okay, you are you okay, you may want that, okay, I want to create a various types of vehicles, and in that I want to have certain functionalities. I want to have display functionality, I want to have wash functionality, I want to have this, that, multiple things. But you are not currently, in your mind there is no such implementation currently working. The current logic you have not figured out, but you know, yeah, you need to achieve this. So somewhere you just want that, okay, because I should not forget it, I should write it down somewhere, these methods, or at least declare these methods. I will write the logic later. Okay, so in this abstract class helps in such situations. You can define all your methods here, as many as you want, and once you know, okay, this is the vehicle that you want to implement or you want to create, so you can create a class of that vehicle. You can create a class, extend the vehicle, and implement all the things that you have thought of. So this is how the abstraction is achieved here. And you can have your static methods also, you can have your constructor also. All the static method calls are done using the class names, as we have discussed in the previous videos. All the constructor, how they are called, we have discussed in the constructor video, so you can refer from there. Everything is same. The only difference here is the use of abstract classes. Okay, so whenever you are if you working on a project where where you need an inheritance, but you have certain common methods for which the child class is responsible for their own implementation. In such case, you should not use a normal class. You should use an abstract class which would define various abstract methods, and the child class would extend that parent class, that abstract class, and would implement those methods and provide its own implementations. So what here happening is, as you can see, is v.display. When you're calling it, the display method is present in the this vehicle class, right? And implementation of it is present in this child class. Perfect. So exactly what how abstraction is happening. You are providing a functionality. You are, by making a reference variable of the abstract class and the object of a child class car, you are making sure that you have exposed the user. Okay, user, you can use, you can call display method, you can call wash method of the that is present in the parent class. You can use those functionalities, no problem. But how it is implemented, how it is working, that is not of your concern. So it is called how to hide the implementation detail. Since the implementation of detail is not in the vehicle class, but the variable, this reference variable of the vehicle class is calling the display class. You can see how these things is working. So this way of working is where you are hiding the implementation, where a reference variable of a class which does not provide the implementation of a method is making you able to call that method. This is called abstraction. I hope you have understood the concept clearly. You can post any of your questions or any of your doubts in the comment section, and I hope you like this video. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe to the for more such videos. Till then, bye bye.